Welcome. In this lecture, you're going to learn two powerful features that will transform the way you release and manage your web applications in Azure: deployment slots and the deployment center. These features help you deploy code with confidence, reduce downtime, and integrate seamlessly with your DevOps pipelines. Imagine being able to test a brand new version of your app live in the cloud without your users ever noticing a thing. That's the power you unlock when you use deployment slots in Azure Web Apps. By default, your app lives in the production slot, but you can create additional live environments like staging, testing, or canary, all running alongside production. Each of these slots has its own configuration, complete with separate app settings, environment variables, and connection strings. So you can safely deploy your code to a staging slot, verify everything works as expected, and then move it to production without any downtime. By using deployment slots, you give yourself the flexibility to release with confidence. You can test safely in a real environment that mirrors production, all while your users continue interacting with the current version. If anything breaks in production, you are just one swap away from rolling back instantly. You can also roll out features gradually by using A/B testing or canary strategies, controlling how much traffic goes to a new version. And when it's time to go live, Azure makes it seamless. Once you're satisfied with the changes in your staging slot, you simply swap it with production. Azure reroutes the traffic instantly behind the scenes. If something feels off, you can just swap it back, giving you a safety net with every release. With deployment slots, you're not just deploying, you're deploying smart. Now that you've seen how deployment slots help you control and test your app safely, it's time to bring in some automation with the deployment center, your central hub for managing continuous integration and deployment directly within the Azure portal. With Deployment Center, you can connect your web app to a variety of source control systems or container registries, letting you automate the entire deployment pipeline without needing to write any YAML or scripts. You can hook up your app to services like GitHub, Azure Repos, Bitbucket, Local Git, Docker Hub, or Azure Container Registry. Whether you're working with code or containers, the deployment center is designed to support your workflow. Once connected, every time you push changes to your repository, Azure can automatically build and deploy the updated app. No manual steps required. You can even monitor your build and deployment history directly from the portal and securely manage access with integrated credential handling. For example, if you're using GitHub, you can set up a workflow that automatically pushes changes to a staging slot whenever you commit to the main branch. After reviewing and testing it in staging, you can promote the version to production with a simple slot swap, smooth, fast, and reliable. To make the most of this setup, always use a staging slot for production apps. Automate post-deployment test before promoting changes, and make sure any secrets or connection strings are scoped to the right slot. Also, keep an eye on slot warm-up times if your app is performance sensitive. And for full CI/CD flexibility, you can pair Deployment Center with GitHub Actions or Azure pipelines to gain deeper control over your release process. This way, you turn your deployment flow into a seamless, secure, and fully automated DevOps pipeline. So, what's your key takeaway? By using deployment slots, you make your releases safer, faster, and reversible. With Deployment Center, you connect your code base to Azure and automate the entire deployment flow. Together, they enable a smooth modern DevOps experience that reduces downtime and increases reliability. Go ahead and explore these tools in your Azure portal. They're built to give you confidence in every release you ship.